Hello everyone. So I'm sure the heartbeat have started ticking. 250 days to IPMAT Indore, and here we are with the best preparation strategy to crack IPMAT Indore 2025. I am sure everyone is aware that the exam is on 12th of May. The announcement has come last week. So the agenda for the day is we will see the previous year's paper pattern, the previous year's cutoff, which is the most important thing to start your preparation if you have not started yet. Strategy and ideal attempt for each section, the preparation plan for every section, and the most important thing, how to manage your preparation, IPMAT Indore preparation, along with your 12th board. So let's get started. If you look at the IPMAT Indore 2023 and IPMAT Indore 2024 paper pattern, the paper pattern was same. There was no difference. If you look at the cutoff was slightly different. Were not, some section came out to be difficult, some section came out to be easy. So let's delve into it. If you look at the short answer section, from 12 it doubled to 24. In the history of IPMAT Indore, the short answer section cutoff was never 24. The highest it has reached was 20 marks. Does it mean that the paper was easy? No. The paper was not easy, I would say. I would rather say that the students were much better prepared this time. It was slightly easy as compared to last year, no doubt in that. But from 12 to 24, the cutoff doubled. It wasn't that easy that the cutoff exactly doubled. Also, in the short answer section, there were 3 questions on statistics. It was a group DI caselet kind of a thing, which was never ever tested in IPMAT Indore in a short answer. Firstly, statistics was never tested. Secondly, a caselet based question statistics was never tested. So there was a question which came out as a surprise, and still students were able to manage it well, which means that the students were much better prepared this time. If you look at the MCQ section cutoff, from 39 it went down to 34, difference of 4 marks, that is one question. Ideally speaking, this cutoff was 31 and not 35 because the 4 marks was awarded as a grace marks because one question was wrong and everyone got 4 marks. So ideally if you look at it, the cutoff was 31. So from 39 to 31, if you look at it, a difference of 2 questions. Honestly speaking, the cutoff could have been slightly lesser, but again, as I mentioned earlier, the students were much better prepared this time, and hence the cutoff, managed to reach to this level. If you look at the verbal ability, from 125 it came down to 113. To be honest, there was hardly any difference in the level of difficulty of the verbal section. More or less, all the question types that keep on asking, that IPMAT Indore keep on testing were more or less same. Might be here and there 1 or 2 questions here and there, and that's the difference you can see here of 3 questions. That's 12 marks, 3 questions, that's a difference. Okay, if you look at the good attempt, if you look at the verbal attempt, out of 45, the good attempt last year was around 40, this year it was around 38. So as I said, not much of a difference. But if you look at the short answer section, from 6 it went up to 10. Okay, why 10? Because there were questions which were slightly easier. There were a couple of questions which students were able to manage in less than 2 minutes. That's why, from 6 it went up to 10. Otherwise, maybe if we avoid those 2 questions, 8 could have been a good attempt there. If you look at the MCQ section, the level of difficulty was again, slightly difficult this year, but again, identifying those 14 questions out of a pool of 30 questions was not a difficult task. There were more difficult questions as compared to the moderate level question. The easy questions were more or less same, easy to moderate was same, and hence the number of attempt was more or less, the good attempt was more or less same. If you look at the prep plan for quantitative ability, there is always a mix of easy question. You'll always find easy questions, moderate and advanced level question. IPMAT Indore, student always feel that यार बहुत difficult आता है, मैथ्स बहुत difficult आता है. Trust me, it is not easy to clear the cutoff of IPMAT Indore section. The difficult part is to score very high marks. If you want to be AIR rank 1, 2, 3, if you want to be in top 10 AIR, then scoring that high marks, marks in each section is a challenge. Absolutely, yes. But clearing the cutoff and managing to get an IPMAT Indore call is absolutely no brainer. Multi-level concept application based question, again very important here. They will always test you on multiple concepts. So for example, you will have a question on logarithm and it will have arithmetic progression or geometric progression part of that calculation. You will have quadratic equation and trigonometry would be involved. You will have trigonometry and surds and indices would be part of that. So there will be multiple concepts, 2-3 different concepts which are tested together. Again, not for all the question, but yes, for I would say at least 25-30% of the question will have such uh, mixed concept tested. Which means if you are good at it, if you are able to understand from which topic this question is, it means even if the question is difficult for others, it might be a moderate level question for you. So you need to start understanding the question in depth and start solving the application based question rather than solving only and only the question which are there from XYZ topics. Moving on, this is what we discussed, right? Question test, in-depth understanding of the concept. Uh, Hardly I have seen in last so many years, last decade or something, I would say that IPMAT Indore would have tested a question which is purely and purely based on formula. Very rarely, maybe once or twice, otherwise, you need to apply concept, you need to apply, your understanding. At times, if you know the concept well, probably by eliminating the options, also you are able to solve the question. So that is what you need to focus on. Develop an art of identifying the concept used in question. Again, as I said, I would say that this is related to the second point. You need to start identifying what questions, what is the concept that is being used or tested in this question. There are at least 30 to 40% lengthy or a difficult question. Now, these are a speed breaker question. Again, this question will not be first you will have easy, then moderate, and that difficult question. You will have this question which are interspaced. This questions act as a road block, or you can see that a speed breaker. So you need to start identifying those question type, and that question type could be different for me, it could be different for you. I may not like trigonometry, you do not like logarithm. So those speed breaker would be different. Apart from those questions which you or I don't like, there are always some questions which are very from a favorite topic, but it is very lengthy and very difficult to solve in that time period, and hence those questions need to be left unattempted. You do not have to spend time on that, and that's bring me the next important point, my favorite point, art of leaving the question. Everyone keeps on saying that you need to attempt this many number of questions. I always focus on attempt paper to its merit. Attempt paper to its merit, and you should understand that this question is not supposed to be solved in this 40 minutes. You need to keep your ego aside. I am good at maths. That does not mean that I'll be able to attempt everything in 40 minutes. Probably you can attempt those questions after the exam get over to satisfy your ego. Correct? So when you write the mocks, you will have to incorporate this habit of leaving the question which you feel that they are lengthy or they are difficult enough, even if they are from your favorite area. This is the most crucial thing. A lot of students, they make a mistake here. A student, they generally solve MCQ question and they don't practice short answer when they are practicing at home. Make sure that you practice MCQ as well as short answer section, because the way to approach both the question is different. In MCQ, a lot of times you can eliminate the option and you can get the answer. In MCQ, if you solve and if your answer does not matches with the option, which means that you have done some mistake, that liberty you will not have in IPMAT Indore short answer section. So make sure that you are practicing short answer question type. This is very, very crucial, very important. Now, if you look at this topic, now ideally, these topics will help you to clear the cutoff, the basic cutoff for a short answer as well as MCQ. You'll always have around 4 to 5 minimum question in short answer from these areas, and roughly around 8 to 10 in MCQ. 4 to 5 from this area in short answer and 8 to 10 in MCQ. Roughly you'll have this much question. Plus you'll always have this 5 question in DILR. You'll always have this 5 question in DILR. So basically, even if I look at 8 plus 5, that is 13. 13 4 are 52. It's easy to clear the cutoff if you attempt this 52 question, 52 marks and get it right. Correct. Similarly, here 4 to 5 questions, 16 to 20 marks are there in your pocket. These are easy topics. Generally these questions are easy, right? But as I mentioned earlier as well, you need to ensure that you're not just clearing the cutoff, but you are also increasing your score by marginal numbers. That will help to boost your overall score. So this is where this topic plays very crucial role. Coordinate geometry, trigonometry, matrices determinant, sequence and series, functions, inequality, graphs, modulus, logarithm, permutation, combination and probability are the topics which are always tested in IPMAT Indore. Binomial theorem, they sometimes keep on, once in 3 years sometimes, but otherwise if we look at if we exclude binomial theorem, rest every topic is always tested. You'll always have at least 1 or 2 questions. Sometimes coordinate geometry, there have been 2-3 questions. Trigonometry, there have been 2-3. Matrices, we have seen 4 questions in one paper. Function, inequality, graphs put together, you'll again have 2 to 3, 3 to 4 questions. Modulus, always 1 or 2. Logarithm, you'll always have 1 to 3 questions. Permutation, combination, probability, you'll always find 2 to 4 odd questions. So yes, this will definitely help to boost your overall score. Generally, these are the topics which students generally don't like it, okay, and hence we have kept it here. Okay, these are the topics which are favorite for student, especially the non-math student. Okay, numbers and arithmetic is something that non-math students are able to, they are able to solve it, right? And they like this topic as compared to this topic. Now, if you're a non-math student, make sure that you are done thorough with this. Even if the difficult question comes from this topic, then I should be able to solve it. That is how your preparation should be. And then maybe you can pick up few topics from here, take 2-3 weeks time to master that topic and then move to the next topic. There is very high chance that you may skip matrices determinant and trigonometry. That is very high chance. Absolutely fine. Till the time you know that this is the topic that I don't have to touch in the exam, that is what I said, art of leaving the question. You know that I have not studied it enough, I have not studied it well, I will not attempt in the first go. That's how, that is what strategy means. That is how you can crack IPMAT Indore paper. And we have seen so many students over last so many years who are from non-math background and they are also able to clear the cutoff of IPMAT Indore QA section. Not only clear the cutoff guys, they also get the admit into IPM Indore program. Moving on to the art of leaving strategy. So what is this art of leaving strategy? We at IMS say it is as easy as ABC. Now what is ABC? So it's nothing but as abhi karo, baad mein karo and chhod do. We have made exclusive video on IMS ABC selection strategy. The video is available on our channel. You can just watch through it. It's close to around 7-8 minute long video. So just watch that video. I am sure you will be able to understand what do we mean by ABC strategy. Moving on to the VA plan, the verbal ability plan. So you have grammar, you have phrasal verbs and idioms, you have vocabulary, reading comprehension, para jumble and para completion. Now, to be honest, verbal में और कुछ बचा ही नहीं है. Correct? Everything is covered, right? So nothing has a must-do topic. Must-do topic because ये सब कुछ आता है. There will be 2 RC, there will be around 6 to 7 grammar question, there will be 5 para jumble, 5 para completion, remaining question will be vocabulary and phrasal verb idioms, right? Now, this is something which is, according to me, is most important for a student to crack IPMAT Indore. See, grammar, reading comprehension, para jumble, para completion, something that most of the students are able to tackle, they are able to manage. Vocabulary and idioms and phrasal verb is something, if you know the meaning of an idiom, if you know the meaning of a word, if you know the meaning of that phrasal verb, then you will be able to get the marks and probably you will be able to attempt those questions in less than 30 seconds. There are a lot of fill in the blanks, there are idiom based question, phrasal verb, right? So you will not take more than 30 seconds to attempt those questions. And hence this is the key to score very high marks in verbal ability section. I have seen students scoring 165 and 170 out of 180 in verbal ability section. Where the cutoff was 113 mark, I had a student who scored 170 marks. The cutoff last year was 125, I had a student who scored 175 marks. So there have been students who have been scoring that much. So if you are able to score 50, 60 marks more than the cutoff, absolutely your overall score will, will reach that height where you can be in the top 5 in all India ranking, right? And hence this is something that you need to focus upon. Make sure that you are you are good at vocabulary, phrasal verb and idiom. As I mentioned, you could be, you would be able to attempt 50, 60 marks more than the cutoff, and that will act as a game changer to boost your overall score. High scoring, obviously, you have 180 marks. So obviously it is high scoring. In quant, both the section put together, you have 180 marks. Even if you add the topper score of both the section, that will not go up to 165, 170. Okay. Both the section put together of QA will not go up to 165, 170, but in verbal ability, in the single section, you can score 165, 170 mark, and hence it's high scoring. And it's a test of speed and accuracy. You have 45 questions to be attempted in 40 minutes. A lot of students, many students attempt 38, 39, 40. I have students who have attempted 43 and 45 questions also. So there are students, so generally 38 plus is, I would say, majority of the students would attempt 38 plus. And then it boils down to accuracy. If if you go one or two question here and there, the game is over. Okay, you will not be able to score good marks. Probably you may not even clear the cutoff if you go one or two questions more wrong. And hence, accuracy matters a lot in this particular section. How to manage IPMAT preparation with board? This is the most important question. Student keeps on asking कि sir कैसे manage करे, boards है, you have pre-boards and prelims and there are so many things, how to manage? I will tell you how to manage here, but then at the end, you are the one who have to implement it. You are the one who are supposed to implement it. I will not be implementing it, right? So from September to December, every day 1.5 to 3 hours, even not 1.5. If you say that sir 1.5 नहीं होता है, मतलब 1 hour, okay, do 1 hour. Study 1.5 to 3 hours as per your convenience, as per your competence level, as per your aptitude level. Depending upon when you started a year back, or you started 6 months back, or you started just a month back, depending upon that, considering all the parameter, I have said 1.5 to 3 hours. I am sure you will be able to easily manage this much time from your busy, so-called busy schedule, I would say that, right? So this is something I am sure you will be able to easily manage it. Divide your week, in strong and weak area in the ratio of 1:2. So, if you have, let's say, 9 hours in the week, maybe 3 hours you focus on strong area and 6 hours you focus on weak area, so that your weak areas will start slowly and gradually becoming your strong areas. Okay, take one mock test. It's very important. Take one mock test per month. Don't wait कि सर syllabus खत्म होगा, I am not confident, syllabus खत्म होगा फिर मैं exam लिखूंगा. Trust me guys, mocks are the best way to evaluate your preparation. Okay, and analyze it. If you're simply writing the mocks and not analyzing it, it is total waste. You analyze it, you get to know what is your strength, what are your weaknesses, and then work on that weakness for the next 1 month and see if you are able to convert that weakness into your strength, and this is how you need to take it forward. We have 35 IIM Indore convert this year. We had 106 IIM Indore interview call. All the students except for 4 students who joined us in the crash course, all the other students, they had started writing the test in the month of August and September. They started writing the test from August, September. So right now we are in that time frame where you will have to start writing mocks. Even if you are not prepared, take the mock, you will realize where do you stand. तुम पानी में कितने अंदर हो, you will understand that. Without that, you will not understand. So just click my mind that you can learn swimming only if you can, dive in the swimming pool, right? You will be able to understand your weakness only if you start solving the full and same test. So start solving your sim IPMAT Indore and make sure that you identify your weakness. Guys, this is the key. Do not write the test without analyzing it. Analyze and then move forward to the next test. We have also made one video on how to analyze the test. It's almost again 8 minute long video. You can simply go to our YouTube channel and search for that video. You will get how to analyze the sim test video as well. Focused on completing all the topics by December. Now, this is a rough target that I am going to give you. Okay, it will depend from student to student. If you are well ahead of the schedule, very good. But let's say you are going to start now. Then maybe in the case of, so let's say if you are going to start now, okay, then in the case of September, maybe you will focus on the first module that we have, that is numbers, algebra and vocabulary. So this has basic of numbers, divisibility, HCF, LCM and linear, quadratic and logarithm, very few basics chapters. Make sure that while you are solving these basics, you are also solving the IPMAT Indore level question parallelly, simultaneously. A lot of students make a mistake. They keep the difficult question for the end, and then when they start solving at the end, they realize, this is very difficult. So if you start solving those IPMAT Indore level extra practice question that we have ROM right now, you will be able to understand where exactly do you stand and how much effort you need to put in. If we look at October, then focus on the next module, which is arithmetic and a grammar module. Again, same thing. Don't only focus on the basic chapters, also focus on the IPMAT Indore level practice questions. November and December, you will touch geometry and RC, complete geometry and RC, and in the month of December, you will focus on modern maths, verbal reasoning, and critical reasoning. So this is what your rough schedule from September to December should look like. Okay, there might be someone who would be able to complete the entire syllabus by October because you have started a year back. Absolutely great. If you're able to complete in September, if you have already completed, then start solving sectional tests, start solving mock tests. That is something that will help you from right now. So don't wait till December. Don't say that सर ने बोला है एक मॉक लिखना है. No, if your syllabus is completed, if you are well prepared enough, write 2 or 3 mocks every month. No one is stopping you from that. But make sure you start writing more mocks once you feel that you are better prepared. Okay. Work on the mistakes or the weaknesses of the previous mock, and then basis, once you have improved, once you feel that I have worked on my weakness, then write the next mock. Okay, if we look at Jan and February, this is when most of the students would, start focusing their concentration or they'll start devoting your time for the board preparation. And absolutely, I also suggest that you should focus on your board, because scoring good marks in board exam is also very important, correct? But at the same time, you need to, keep a focus on the IPMAT Indore. ऐसा नहीं कि Jan and Feb में you are not doing anything, you are completely out of touch. Then once you come back from your board exam in the month of March, April, it will be difficult to cope up. Maybe an hour per day kind of a thing. If not hour per day, if you feel कि सर बहुत ज़्यादा है, नहीं हो सकता है, 30 minutes. कुछ तो करो. Solve 5 questions maths के, maybe read vocabulary. Okay, solve 5 maths question a day. I think that should be enough. If you are not able to spend 1 hour, आई एम श्योर 5 क्वेश्चन तो दिन के तुम सॉल्व कर ही लोगे, होना ही चाहिए. मतलब 5 क्वेश्चन विल टेक हार्डली 15, 20, 30 मिनट्स. दैट आई बिलीव दैट इज वेरी मच मैनेजेबल. ओके, एंड आई थिंक यू शुड मैनेज इट. सॉल्व सेक्शनल टेस्ट. ओके, मे बी सेक्शनल टेस्ट 40 मिनट्स के होते हैं. सो लेट्स से you can solve a sectional test today. Tomorrow, again, as I said, half an hour to 40 minutes. Analyze the test. Maybe you might take 2 days to analyze it. Absolutely fine. But do something. Okay. So sectional test, it's there available on IMS portal. So you'll have 15 sectional tests. So use that sectional test in Jan and Feb to be in touch with the syllabus. Take one IPMAT Indore mock test every month. I mean, I would still suggest that Jan or Feb में एक test तो लिख ही लेना. शायद Feb maybe might very close to board exam, but Jan में तो लिख ही सकते हैं एक mock. Try writing it. Even if you are not able to write it, ठीक है, चलो कोई problem नहीं है. But if it is possible for you, I would suggest do write it. Now, a lot of students will face this issue. What people think about me? What are the opinions of others? What my relatives will think? What my cousins would think? The past history. the blunders you have made in your preparation, how you pursue, you start feeling demotivated. Uh, you start challenging your boundaries and your limits. Uh, you start challenging the goal that you have set. And the most important thing, to overcome everything, it's how do you handle all those things in the crucial December, Jan, Feb, March month. Trust me, guys, a lot of students they give up in this 3-4 months. We have seen so many good students, they end up giving up their dream of joining IIM Indore in this 3 to 4 months because you are away from your preparation, you are away from your mentors who will motivate you. You need to keep yourself calm and you need to understand that, as I mentioned, this happens with everyone. It is you who will have to handle these challenges. And I always keep on saying, if it is to be, it is up to you. If you have dreamt of joining IIM Indore, then it is you who is going to make it possible, and it will be you who will make it impossible for yourself. Okay, so don't give up in this next 3-4 months. December to March. Post board, we will be again back, and then the master class, revision, and everything will start. Attend master classes. There will be master classes, revision sessions, and the club 150 group will be made for all the serious IPMAT Indore aspirants. Take 2 IPMAT Indore mock test every week. Don't write one mock every day. This is the mistake that a lot of student makes. 2 mocks is fair enough. Don't overdo it, because the moment you start writing too many mocks, you start feeling, uh, you know, uh, exhausted. I would say you start feeling exhausted, and on the day of exam, you are not able to perform well. This aptitude exam are always the exam of patience, are always the exam which test your freshness, will always test your patience level, will always test your ability to think. If you're writing mock every day and if you're not fresh, probably on the day of exam you will not be able to, your peak, you will not be able to achieve that peak. Now, last but not the least, IPMAT test strategy. For a QA section, use ABC strategy. I again repeat, watch the video on ABC strategy by IMS. That will definitely help you a lot. All the achievers this year have said about ABC strategy that this is the strategy that they applied and it worked for them. With the high scoring nature of verbal ability, VA act as a game changer. We discussed this, that VA is a game changer. You need to start focusing on verbal. Students generally feel that, मेरा verbal अच्छा है. Clearing the cutoff is not enough, guys. As I said, target 160, 170. That should be your target. Plan to attempt 50 to 70 questions, 70% of the question in each of the QA section. मतलब 50% तो bare minimum में होना चाहिए. ठीक है, more the merrier. Around 85 to 90% question in verbal ability, again more the merrier. This is what the past trend look like. मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ, don't limit yourself to the number of question, because अगर पेपर easy आ गया, you will have to attempt more. अगर पेपर difficult आ गया, you will have to attempt less. But this is a trend, this is a benchmark that you can take it. But as I said, while you are writing the mocks, make sure that you attempt the paper to its merit. Solve at least 10 to 15 IPMAT mock with, in initial 5-6 mocks, use different strategies, see which strategy works for you, and then stick to the strategy in the last 2 months. We will be giving you 20 odd papers, but even if you're able to write 10 to 15 mocks, most importantly, if you're able to analyze those 10 to 15 mocks, I think the job is done. Okay, so writing 20 mocks and not analyzing it, I would say it's better to write 12 mocks, 15 mocks, and analyzing every mock. So write 10 to 15 mocks with different strategy, analyze it. This is, I think I have said this at least 5 to 10 times in this session. Analysis is the key. You need to analyze it, you need to analyze it, and you need to analyze it. That's it. All the best. Thank you, everyone. And we will be soon out with the various strategies to crack various exams. That's IPMAT Indore, we covered today, IPMAT Rohtak, JIPMAT, NPAT, and various other examinations. Till then, see you. If you have not subscribed to our channel, do subscribe to our channel for the regular updates. Bye-bye.